Now that we know our inputs and outputs, and we know how they are connected to the PLC and their names, we know their names because names are important, so we need to use all same names. So you know your inputs name, your your output names, and how many inputs and how many outputs do you have. You know how they are connected to the PLC and which one is normally closed, which one is normally opened. Okay, like inductive sensor, don't forget, normally closed, etc. So instead of knowing all of those, and we know how the PLC is working, how this dual conveyor belt is working. So let's start and also we know an important thing, which is the high gauge sensor, how the high gauge sensor is working. It has three inputs and how they are used to detect a bad, good, and good size. So basically what we said in the previous session, that we have two things. So this is a good size and a bad, if you wish, bad size. So what do I have here? I have here the height, and here I have the height bottom dead sensor, height bottom dead sensor. For the good size, I use the nut instruction, and for the bad size is like this. So as we saw from the previous record. So now we understand how it works, and one important thing is this, so then when to use the HTDC, when to use it. I think you saw that and you're able to predict that when you saw your videos here talking about the gauge sensor. It doesn't matter, you can take thick or thin part, it doesn't matter, but I think here you'll be able to see where the HTDC is of use.
Okay, so here I put a thick part.
So you see when the TDC is on last, then the initialization process stops. See, stop, the motor stopped, and then the dispenser launched a washer and the conveyor turned on. So the HTDC from the previous record, we understand when we explained the functionality, how it operates the sensor, we understand that we need to make sure that our plunger is at its highest position initially before launching a washer to the conveyor. So then when the TDC is on, means we are at the highest position, and therefore we stop the motor. So we use it then in the initialization process, and as this is also, you could see it here with Anas. So
Okay, so when I press the start button,
so
okay,
see,
this solenoid will let a piece get down. Now it's calibrating
but before it, what Anas is saying here,
the sensor.
he said it's calibrating the sensor. So he said that like now the plunger is going to go to its highest position, and so we make sure that the plunger is high, and then we open the dispenser. Okay, so you see, let's go again.
Press the start button, okay, this solenoid will let a piece get down.
But not directly. First, before the dispenser or the solenoid opens, we need to make sure that our plunger is at its highest position.
Now it's calibrating the sensor. Okay. So as you can see,
Good. So then that's where the HTDC is used. So now in your current assignment, now what I want you to do, and this next assignment, is I want you to do the WOrkcell initialization program. That's what I will call assignment number 2. This is your assignment number 2. It's about WOrkcell initialization and parts dispensing. So that's what you want to do. You will dispense a part, but before dispensing a part, so it's how to dispense a part. It's very easy. You want to make this dispenser on for 1 second and then turn it off. Only 1 second, then it goes on, then off. Only for 1 second. Have it on for 1 second, so then a part will go. If you keep it on, assume you have 100 parts, or I mean the capacity of it is maybe 5 parts, so they will go all, and then just for 1 second. So anyway, like only one washer goes on, goes to the conveyors, and you turn it off. Yes, that's it. But so that's the part dispensing. But before dispensing a part, as you saw in the video, we want to WOrkcell initialization. What I mean by that, you need to make sure that your plunger is at its highest position. Okay. And here is the flow chart on which you start high gauge top dead center. You check the high gauge top dead center, which is you check the HTDC. Keep checking the HTDC. If it is on, then you stop the motor, the high gauge motor. Otherwise, you start the motor and you keep the motor on until you reach the highest plunger position. So then you stop. So this is the flow chart of, and that's your assignment 2. So don't forget this. Plus, then second step is the initialization of part dispensing. So basically, what you will do is similar to here.
Okay, so here I put a thick part.
So the initialization process, when this is on, stop and then open the dispenser and just open the dispenser and turn on the conveyor. Good. That's your assignment 2.